Shall we get our first guest out? I think we probably should. Let's bling him out. Get it? Let's bling him out. Please welcome Ian Wright.
You got the right stuff, baby. Love the way you turn me on. Oh, 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 oh. You got the right stuff. Oh, 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 oh.
Ian, take a seat.
Hi.
You look very casual. Normally, you're very you're not overdressed, but you seem very particular about your clothes. Tonight, you've come quite scruffy looking, quite casual.
I feel this is how it is, man. This is where I'm really comfortable. I'm kind of doing the comfortable thing, you know.
Yeah,
42 and that. I'm kind of happy in how I'm looking.
You're 42. There's no way I would have guessed you were 42, Ian.
Well, well, you don't need to now because I
48, 49. I'd have said maybe 50.
This is where I feel, John. This is where I am, man.
Well, you look good. You seem very relaxed. You seem very mellow, very sorted out at the moment.
I know, because I've been working with the kids for so long. When you work with 13, 14-year-olds for 6, 7 months straight on, it kind of mellows you out after a while.
We should point this out. This is for a TV show. He's not back at McDonald's. Right? It's not like a Saturday job. Hey, before we get onto the show we're talking about here, though, the football goals you were scoring and making there, some very impressive goals. I'd worked with Ian for a while. I never realised you were that good a footballer. I hadn't really seen stuff, but you were a very good footballer, weren't you?
I just liked scoring goals. It was all about goals with me, and everything when I played. The first one, that first goal that they showed was Crystal Palace against Man United in 1990. It was like my first major game, and I broke my leg 2 times in that season, and I came on the cup final and I scored 2 goals. It was just like amazing.
How does that feel though? When you're a kid and you first go out there and you haven't scored a big goal, it must feel really tense. It must make it much harder to do your job because you're so tense about it and so kind of concerned.
I don't know, man. When you've got players who play with you, you know, they set you up and they make the chances for you. I was just a finisher of moves. You know, I wasn't like Thierry is. You know, he starts it and does everything, and I stayed at the end. When it came in there, I kicked it in.
So you were what they would call a goal hanger?
Goal hanger.
Okay, yeah. Do you miss the camaraderie of football? You miss hanging out with the guys? You miss the big communal bath afterwards? Do you miss the 3 bits of orange at half time? You miss that kind of stuff in the day?
I miss the banter of the lads. You can't... Anybody who's played football, when you retire, the thing you miss most is the banter and the messing around and the joking and the winning and the losing and all that stuff that goes with playing football at a top club. It's just awesome being a footballer.
Would I be right thinking that even on a week when you lose, if you lost a match, even though once your initial disappointment's gone, right, you probably still have a good time together?
Yeah, of course, yeah, because like you've got to get ready for the next game, John. You know, you can't harp on about the loss because, you know, that's how you get into a slump and that's how you get into like losing 3 and 4 on the spin. And it goes the other way. You can win 3 and 4 on the spin, and it's because of how you deal with the week before. Do you want to continue winning and doing well, or do you want to like say, oh, I feel sorry for myself, the fans are getting at me, and you lose again?
All the stuff that goes on in football now, the money that people make, which wasn't quite as much when you were playing, okay, and the footballers' wives, who have a lot more attention focused on them now, and also the fun after-match activities, like I believe dogging and roasting and other stuff.
Kind of changed. It's kind of
was that going on when you were in the... Come on, a little bit of that. Come on, Ian.
It wasn't going on.
You telling me you never had a little bit of dogging?
I never done.
What is dogging? Dogging's when someone does it in a car park, don't they?
Well, what dogging is? Yeah. No, I don't know. You know,
You've been dogging.
No, so I haven't even got a dog.
I've seen your face against the...
I haven't even got a dog.
I was parked in the Preview one night. I saw his face up against the window looking in.
The thing is, it's funny now, because even if you say to somebody, I'm thinking of getting a dog, which I have a problem with because we never had dogs and pets when I was a kid, to actually scoop the poop, man. Yeah. You know, it's something that I'd love to have a dog, but I see people doing it and I just squidgy.
You don't have to touch it.
Yeah, but you do it. I see them go through and do it and...
Yeah, you put a bag in your head.
I can't do that.
Why not?
Because I don't want to go dogging that bloody...
That's not dogging. That isn't dogging.
I'm only getting the dog to go dogging.
Why would you... You don't need a dog to go dogging. It's just a phrase.
So what are you going to walk when you're just in
the car? You don't really walk in and just say, I'm going dogging. I mean, these days it's, I believe...
So you don't need a dog to go dogging?
I think it helps. It gives you an alibi. But I don't think you're not allowed in without one.
I didn't realise.
All right. And you've created a career for yourself as a TV presenter, which is really working for you. I mean, you've made a natural transition. You know, there's something about your personality. People seem to like you, certainly. How hard is it compared to doing sport? Is it in any way comparable when you're hosting a TV show?
I think the nerves, for me, when I first started coming out to the audience, and it was done as a live audience, that was really hard for me to do, and you know, trying to learn all the script and all that stuff. I found it very nerve-wracking. You know what I mean? When I'd be behind the stage, my stomach would be turning around, and I'd be like, oh gosh, don't want to get this opening link wrong and all that sort of stuff. And I never had to deal with that kind of nerves when I played football, because I was quite confident about the fact that, you know, the ball comes in, you get a good touch, you keep it going, and there's 11 other people, and you've got everybody on you, you've got the cameras on you, and you've got all people up in the gallery watching you, and then you start this link, and you're saying, I'm going to mess this link up, I can feel it, then you mess it up, and then you have to try and make a joke, then you're shitting yourself because you think, am I going to mess it up again the next time? Do they think I'm joking? Do they think I'm shit? Yeah. You know what I mean? What am I doing there? Should I be playing football? And then you get somebody at the back says, you're shit, Wrighty. You should have stuck to football. And then you go and then you try and do the link again, then you mess it up again.
Well, okay, well, you're kind of moving on from... the shows we've seen you in have been very much entertainment shows. You know, what we call light entertainment. You've done National Lottery, and they had the talk show and all that.
I call them Smile on Cue.
Smile on Cue, that's what you call them. Wow, look at that smile. That's a big old smile.
Even when you're not happy.
Yeah.
Leaving the work to the Ian Wright show, but really you're feeling like this.
But can I just say, I see your smile there, and it did look very false.
Well, it was a false laugh, but I can do it. It doesn't look false.
Let's see one that doesn't look false. That's horrible.
Yeah, but you've got to realise, Jonathan, when the first thing
Never
they see
mind,
is your
I've got
face,
to realise. Look at that. That's so clearly you want to punch me there. I can just see
I
it.
don't want to punch you.
You're thinking about something.
But that's what light entertainment done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I can't lie, because it gave me good experience of doing that stuff and being in front of people and that, and getting it wrong and trying to get it right again. But like the thing about it is, I didn't feel happy.
But this new thing you're doing, it's called Ian Wright's Unfit Kids. It's kind of you, people have been saying this is you trying to do for kids' health what Jamie Oliver is trying to do because of the situation with the quality of food in the schools. Would that be a fair description?
Yeah, it would be. You know, what Jamie done with the school dinners was unbelievable.
Pretty inspirational,
He's got to be completely commended at all times for that. He's making a difference to the kids. But the fact of the matter is that if you're going to do that, then if they're not doing the exercise coupled with eating right and doing the stuff with all the distractions that they've got at the age they are, and the kids that miss out, you know, because you have got kids who are naturally sporty and they will get involved.
But they're always going to be there. Kids who are gifted at sport are always going to want to play, of course.
And they're the ones, to a certain extent, that the teachers, for time and whatever, I've been amongst it all in the lessons and that, they're the ones they deal with. But the ones that, like, are not confident around them, the ones who are overweight, the ones who don't particularly feel comfortable around other people because they're not good enough at the sport and that.
Yeah.
There's too many of them missing out. There's too many of them missing out, and they're the ones who go home at night, and they're the ones who do the 6 and 7 hours on the PlayStations and all
Which
those
sounds
games.
to me like just like a great life. I mean,
Well,
all day long, no sport at school, maybe when you get home some donuts and then play video games tonight. What's wrong with that? That sounds like a dream.
I love the 8 kids I was dealing with,
Yeah.
but when 3 of them came now, and 3 of them were 18 stone plus.
Wow, that's pretty big.
Now, at 13, you know, that's worrying. Now, if
big.
you're talking at 13, if you don't address this situation sooner rather than later, the government is saying they're going to halt the rise in obesity by 2010. They've got no chance because they're not doing nothing drastic enough to halt the situation. It needs to be stopped like that. Now, all I was saying to the government, and they can do it, they'll blast you with figures, 1.5 billion we're spending on this and we're doing that. But the fact is, all they need to do really is get fitness into the league table. Because if you get fitness into the league table so as we can monitor...
So you can say this school, the kids aren't as fit there as there.
All it is Bleep Test. You can do a Bleep Test every 3 months and everybody has to do it. Yeah. And then you can monitor what's going on.
Now, what is a Bleep Test?
Well, what it is, it's a kind of like an exercise program where you have to run from one side to another side. And so when you start here, it'll bleep, and then you get to here, and it bleep, and then you have to go back, bleep. So then it goes up in ladders. And then you fall out when you feel that you can't go on anymore.
Oh, so it doesn't bleep when you arrive, it's going to bleep anyway.
It's going to bleep anyway.
And you have to
get to the bleep.
And if the kid isn't there, they get a little shock or something like that?
No. No, they bloody don't.
You need to encourage them to get back for the next bleep. A little shock will do it.
No.
Like those collars they put on dogs to stop them. Jesus, I better get back.
See what happens when you get in with this
Ian,
guy? You see what happens with this guy?
But Ian, that would work.
It would not work.
That would work.
You cannot give
You
kids
tell me you're going to get
electric
electric shock. You don't get your ass
into a
back
bleep.
over there in time.
The thing about it is, Jonathan, is that, like I say, it is that, you know, we've got all the figures about why it can't go wrong, and it's so simple to get it right. The fact is, there's kids who, the kids that I was dealing with, they didn't want to do anything for all their different reasons, the bullying, the teasing, the whatever, the fact that they're not good enough. But when you get them together and make them believe in themselves a bit and doing it around people who they can identify with, the after-school clubs what I set up, they do it and they enjoy it. And you know, it's not like, oh,
you just got to get them into it, basically.
You've got to get them into it.
Yeah,
That's what I found was the hardest
Let's have a
thing.
look. This is you
motivation.
now. This is it's a 3-part series. It's Wednesdays on Channel 4.
Yeah.
The first 2 have already gone out. The next one is next Wednesday, and this is the final one.
This is the final one.
Which I haven't seen, so I don't quite know what resolution you arrive at with these kids. But the ones so far it's been gripping, and it's been fascinating watching you interact with the children. This is Ian with the kids, and you said there were 8 kids, yeah?
8 kids, yeah.
8 kids. This is Ian on Ian Wright's Unfit Kids. Look at this.
Now, Jerome, he weighed 14 stone. He now weighs 13 stone, 5. And his fitness has improved phenomenal. Jerome is the one who is doing this how it's meant to be done. He's working when he's meant to work. You know, now, of course, Rob, you can sit there and you can have that kind of like attitude of, yeah, well, yeah. And it can happen to you. Yeah, but I can see it in the way you're sitting. The guy is an example. He's an example to you. He's an example to everybody. You know what I mean? We can do something really, really special here as a group. We can. But the thing is, you have to sacrifice something. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. That is what the tests have shown. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to lie and say, oh, brilliant, well done, brilliant, when it's not brilliant? It's not brilliant from some of you. Some of you, it's fine, it's brilliant, and they will see the results of that. I'm gonna finish now, because I don't really want to be people laughing at me when I'm talking and about when I'm trying to speak.
I get the feeling you're not a natural born teacher. Because you didn't like the kids giving you any, you know, but at the same time, obviously, you want to be there, you want to help them.
The thing about it is, I want to help them, and I want to help the whole, it can happen throughout the country, because there's people who'll be able to identify with the 8 kids that we're dealing with there. But the thing about it is, what I found, is just the motivation for those kind of kids. They just need to not get an excuse. And the thing is, what I wouldn't do, I wouldn't take the excuses. You know, of course, once they got over the fact that they want me to sign this for their mates, and they see that it was a serious thing that we're trying to do.
Yeah.
They got in line with it, but they are hard. It was hard work. But the fact of the matter is, you can't give the kids like that an excuse, and that is why I'd say, with the government, going back to that about the league tables, you've got to get them in there. I've been in lessons where kids don't do a PE subject because they just don't like the subject.
I didn't like doing PE at school at all. I didn't like getting changed in front of the other boys.
These are the problems. Well, can you imagine if you're...
But I used to point and look on the nicknames, you know, Elephant Man, and Ian, it was hard for me.
I know, I can feel where you're coming from. I know where you're
The master. But how did they keep up with it after you've left, after you finished filming? Did the kids that you were working with, do you know if they've kept up with their attempt at fitness? And
they've kept doing their stuff, you know, and the fact of the matter is, the show itself, you know what I mean, has given me millions and millions of people to keep an eye on them. And it was something that I had to keep drilling into them, that I'm not going to be there for the rest of your lives. No. So what's happening now is, when people see the show, people will see them for me now. People will be able to say, well, why aren't you doing that? How come you haven't taken off any weight and you was in this show doing this and that? They're examples to people now.
Now, here's the thing, which is, I guess, I don't know if there was any degree of conflict for you when you were doing this, but here you are encouraging people to try and get slim and to stay slim and so on. I know for a fact that Ian Wright likes the larger lady.
It's just, Jonathan, this
Never
is
mind just about Jonathan, listen.
Well,
there's a picture of lovely Dawn French, who you said in an interview the other day how you find her very, very, very attractive.
I've always loved Dawn French, not just because she's an unbelievable actress and comedian actress. It's just that I just think she's beautiful.
Yeah, you like the larger ladies?
I do. I think it was when I was younger. You see what I mean? I knew you was going to start all this. When I was younger, I used to have an aunt. Her name was Melva.
Hold it. Are you sure you want to share this with
us?
Yeah,
I do. Because this is where it's come from.
This is
where it's come from. But, and you know, she was a larger lady and very extroverted.
She had more cushion for
and
the cushion.
And she had really, really big chest and that when I was about 8 and 9. And you know what I mean? When I started...
the golden years of her chest then when you were 8 and 9.
And I just remember, like, she always used to hug me and I always used to be amongst her and I just used to like... being like...
You like getting lost? It was like Narnia for you. It was a wonderland of flesh.
Was, you know, that's just my...
But if you were successful then, the larger lady, and I feel this because I like the larger lady as well myself, I make no bones about that, the larger lady would die out, and then where would we be?
Well, the thing about it is the larger lady's always going to be there. As long as she's doing something to keep herself fit, she'll be fine.
So a fit larger lady?
A fit larger lady is always
So an hour on the treadmill, an hour with the donuts. You know what I'm talking about that, don't you?
I can feel where you're coming from, brother.
Now, you would not believe this, I think, but Ian not only has his... How many children?
I've got 5 children.
5 children, OK? 5 kids. but also, despite being, you know, a young man, is now a grandfather as well.
I'm grandfather for 4 years now.
4 years you've been a grandfather. I can't believe you're a granddad.
And now Sean done it to me.
And Sean done it to me. It's not like it's not some terrible curse he's put on you. It's a lovely
No, it's
joy.
a great thing. It's a great thing because...
There's your son Sean,
my
who's
man.
also, I believe, unless he's posing for that photograph, I believe he's also a professional footballer.
That's the guy.
Yeah, he's
That's
one of the
one.
best in the country, isn't he?
Well, you know, the thing about it is, for me, he's the best in the whole wide world, my friend.
And that's sweet.
But, like, you know, it's not quite going to plan at the moment, but he'll be fine. He's a good professional, and I'm really proud of him.
And he has is it a baby boy or girl?
He's got a baby boy and a baby girl.
Oh, wow, so you're a granddad twice over there?
Yes, sir.
What sort of grandfather are you? Because you're a young man still, in my eyes. I can't believe that you know, do you do the grandfatherly thing?
Well, the thing is, like, you know, Sean will bring them down and they'll stay with me, and, you know what I mean, it's really quite weird. It's a weird thing. You know what I mean? Because they always say that you do prefer your grandkids more.
Well, there's less pressure on you in a way.
Well,
yeah?
it is a little bit, but, like, you know, it's just strange, you know, because you always envisage, like, grandparents, really old like people with, you know, big and, you know, come on, baby, come over here, and you know what I mean?
And with a beard, maybe.
And maybe with a beard, your nan's got a beard or something, but...
No.
But, you know, it's just like, it's just lovely, you know what I mean? Because, like, Sean himself, you know what I mean? We've been through so much together, and then now he's turning into dad himself, and he's doing really well. You know what I mean? It's all a beautiful thing, man.
Do they call you grandpa or
Yeah, they
grandson?
do. Granddad, yeah.
Your granddad?
Yeah, because I
can't
spoke to
believe
him the
you're
other day.
granddad.
Yeah, spoke to him the other day. He was at dance, a little boy, Dimaj, and he never got time when you try and speak on the phone. Sean will pass the phone and you say, "Hey, Dimaj, what's happening? What you doing?" "Yeah, I'm at dance, granddad. Yeah, bye, gone." You know. And then my little granddaughter will come on, Danae, and she's very much more, "Granddad, we're going swimming, and I want to go do this and that." And then you say, "How you doing?" And she said, "Bye, bang," and it's gone.
See, they just want you to take them to
So
Disneyland.
that's
I can
all
see
you
the
got. You
relationship
just got to
here.
grab it while you can.
You're
It's
trying
beautiful.
you're trying to buy their love. I can sense it.
You have to, anyhow you got, by any means necessary.
Do you do? I think you should learn some of the Can you whittle?
No.
You know what whittling
What do you
is?
mean, like?
Yeah. Shouldn't a grandpa whittle make a whistle for them out of wood or something? Or
No. We do other stuff and walk and go to the park and all that
you
stuff.
keep sweets in your pocket for them?
No, I don't, because sweets are not good.
Sweets are very good.
Sweets only when it's a special occasion.
Well, what about when special occasion? You have sweets in your pocket there?
Not sweets in the
Well,
pocket,
there
just
you
go to... You gonna give me some sweets?
Werther's Old
Oh,
Originals.
Original
If you're a
granddad
grandpa,
sweets.
I want you to keep those on your...
Yep. Oh, Jonathan.
See,
Oh, man, I'm different.
now you look like a grandpa.
Oh, Jonathan, you shouldn't have.
What's that? Oh, there's a moustache.
Yeah.
Doesn't that look perfect? Give me 5, Grandpa. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ian Wright.
Thank you. The beautiful people. Can I go now?
Oh, great, thank you. Yeah,
Nice one,
thank you.
I thank you for my wife and mother.